Yo, what's going on guys? In today's video, we're going to be reacting to a brand owned by Vince Nijhof. I hope that I'm saying his name right. He's Dutch. I believe there's actually two of them that run this brand, him and his brother. These are very big players in the e-commerce space. This is a business that Imagaji has just invested in. This is a business that is working at a very, very high level in e-commerce. They are doing a lot of things right. There's a lot to learn from this brand. And ultimately, if you want to learn e-commerce and you want to make money on your own brand, you should study what people are doing at a high level already. The reason why you want to do that is because you can get the benefit of the money that they've spent on things like advertising, things like CRO, whatever, and then you can take it and implement it on your own, and you've not had to pay the money up front, right? Now, let's start with what the brand is. It's called Hears. They essentially have earplugs that protect your hearing in specifically music events. Now, I know this is a big problem. I've been to music events all over the UK, all over Spain, Barcelona, in Barcelona, whatever. A lot of these events, you walk away and your ears are hurting. And I'm going to explain to you shortly why that is a perfect product to sell. Now, look, we have to first look at why this product is actually working. I'm going to basically explain to you why they've sold $8 million worth of earplugs. Where I'm getting this number from, I'm getting this number from the fact that on their homepage, they say that they've sold over 200,000 products and the average price for their product is $40. Now, that doesn't take into consideration the average order value, which is much more likely to be higher, and they've probably got quite a lot over 200,000 happy customers. So the actual number is probably a lot higher. You're going to get a lot of loser boys saying, oh, that's you don't know how much that is. Where'd you get these numbers from? Look, guys, if they've sold 200,000 orders, it's a lot of money. There's a lot of things to learn from these guys. If your brain is not letting you learn the lessons, then you keep doing you. For the guys who want to learn and the guys still watching, let's get straight into it. So, the first reason why they've been able to do this sort of numbers and continue to do these sort of numbers is because the product has an incredibly high perceived value. By the way, I'm going to be looking downwards in this video because I'm going to go through this presentation live with you. The perceived value and the actual value of a product are two very different things. And brands that understand this are the brands that end up actually being a brand. Because the perceived value, if you can affect that, you affect the actual value of the product. I'll explain that shortly. The reason why the perceived value is so high is because what does this product look like? What does it remind you of? Well, it kind of looks like AirPods, right? Everybody wears AirPods. Everybody will pay hundreds of dollars for AirPods. The packaging is similar, right? You look at this, you look at the carrying case, and it comes with different actual rubberized earbuds. It's sort of a similar product. Now, this has completely two different functions. These do not play music out of them, right? But the AirPods do. In a customer's mind, they associate the products to be similar. The products look kind of similar, right? They've both got that white gloss effect. They do different colors. But people can justify spending a lot of money on wireless earphones, and these have a similar sort of shape. So the perceived value in a customer's mind is a lot higher, and they do quite a few more extra things to increase the perceived value that I'm going to talk about in a minute, but incredibly high perceived value. Now, when you compare the product price, $260 to $40, Apple to theirs, in a customer's mind, because most people are used to spending a lot of money on wireless earphones, that price comparison, it's a massive difference. So you've been able to increase the perceived value by having a similar sort of product, but the actual product cost is much lower. So this in a customer's mind creates like a no-brainer sort of situation. Just to quickly explain perceived value, you want to look at companies like LVMH. You find those posts on Instagram where people say, oh, Nike only make shoes for $9 and they're selling for $200. It's a complete scam. Well, no. The reason why big brands are able to charge what they charge is not because of the product cost. It's because of the effect that they have on their perceived value. You see big brands like Nike, big brands like LV, they put all their money not into the production cost of the product, because there's only such a high level you can make the quality of a product, but it's increasing the perceived value of the product. Now, if you're trying to increase the perceived value, if you're Nike, you do things like collaborations with big companies, you do collaborations with sports stars, you do high quality advertising, you extend the product range. All these things are going to increase the perceived value, how much people perceive the value of your product at. Because you can go get shoes for 20, 30 quid, but they're not Nike. And Nike are masters of the perceived value. And that is what you need to focus on if you're wanting to increase. Now, this is what these guys have done. So why I'm using the Apple example is because if you go onto their website, what does this website remind you of? It's the Appleification. I don't even know, Appleification? That's a word I've just made up, but look through this website, right? What does this remind you of? Well, you go on the website, the Apple homepage, very similar. I'd probably argue even better, but Apple or Apple, they can do what they want at this point, basically. But it's a very similar homepage, very high quality, how they break down the benefits, how they break down the pain points. It's very similar to how Apple's product page is. So in a customer's mind, it creates the same sort of feel. Now, one thing that I would argue is the product photos are actually better, right? There's only one product photo for the Apple AirPods, whereas these guys, they have humans in it, they have comparisons in it, they have different angles. They're doing a lot more for a product that costs a lot less, just with a little bit of extra timing. So that's going to have a massive effect on the perceived value. Now, the next thing is it solves an actual pain point. The reason why you want to be selling to solve pain points is because this is what can convince a customer to actually buy there and then if they're fixing pain, because people buy products to fix pain primarily. So the pain for this product is people go to music events, right? Let's draw a little box on this so you know what I'm talking about. People go to music events. What happens when you go to a music event? The music's usually too loud. I feel like a bit of an old man sometimes when I go to these events, because I hate when the music's just a bit too loud. I like to have it so I can hear it, but I don't want it where it's hurting my eardrums. Like, how many times have you walked away from a music event and the music's been so loud that it actually hurts your hearing? Like, this is a genuine problem. I've actually felt this myself when I've gone to music events. This is what happens. The thing is with hearing as well, when you get hearing damage, it can't be reversed. So this is an actual problem. And you'll even see on iPhones now, you know, when you listen to music too loud, it comes up with a warning that you're listening to music too loud. Essentially, you've got Apple conditioning everybody to be aware of loud noises. It's actually aiding this brand. When you look at this product, essentially what a product is, if it's solving a problem, it's bridging the gap between problem and solution. So now, instead of people going to an event, hearing the loud music and being in pain, now they can use this product and then they can enjoy the event because they're not getting pain in their ears. It's easy to position this product as a solution because it genuinely is. You're solving a problem directly. This makes it much easier to sell. Another thing that this does, it makes it the perfect product to sell for direct response marketing. Direct response marketing is where you're trying to get people to buy there and then and directly respond. And this works especially through email. Now, the reason why you want to sell direct response through email is because it's costing you pretty much nothing to send emails out. And if you can send out marketing messages that costs barely anything and you can get people to respond there and then because you're touching on pain points, what's that? That's a genuine cash flow. That's genuine cash flow for your business. That means that you're making a lot of money in your email inbox and you're not spending that customer acquisition cost as much. Direct response works best when the product solves a clear, emotionally felt pain point. That's exactly what this product is. And the reason for that is because people instantly recognize the problem. And if they see a simple, immediate way to fix it, they're primed to actually act. Direct response channels like email thrive on that moment of recognition and relief because the message doesn't have to build awareness or educate, it just needs to remind them of the pain and show them the way out. And the way out is the product that you're selling them. The third thing is the unit economics of this product. And the next reason why this product is able to do the numbers it does is because of the unit economics. Now, the unit economics are extremely important because without strong unit economics, it's not going to be profitable. You're not going to be able to sell and sell and sell. So there's a few things that make up this product that make it have positive unit economics. The first thing is it's at an impulse purchase price point. So the actual earbuds cost $40. The reason why you need to learn why this works is because if you can introduce products that are going to help your unit economics or make changes that are going to help your unit economics, then it's going to add to the profitability of your business, right? And what we're trying to do is we're trying to look for winning products in order to help the entire business and the entire engine as a whole. So the reason why it's beneficial to have a product that has an impulse purchase price point is because you can run it on Facebook ads. And the difference between advertising on social media and advertising on a platform like Google, people are on social media, they're scrolling the feeds like zombies. Well, they're not looking for products in that time frame. So if you're selling a product for $1,000, that's an informed purchase, meaning people have to go compare the market, people have to do the research, people have to think about it, they have to ask the wife, they have to go do all this bullshit before trying to make a purchase. When it's an impulse purchase, people can buy there and then because everybody's got $40. They can make the decision there and then. So now what you can do is you can pitch them through a video or a picture or the landing page, the product, and there's not much of a thought behind the purchase. Like, they've got to kind of want it to make the purchase. So that's the first thing. The second thing is healthy cost of goods. Now, likely a 75% margin. Now, the reason why I say that, I've of course got no idea what they pay for their product, but when you go on Alibaba, you search similar types of products, and I'm only looking at these actual noise cancelling hearing protection earplugs, not just the cheap foam ones. What you're gonna see is $2, $3, 50 cents, $3, $2. It's around this price point. But the thing I will say with here's, they actually have a function, like it's a bit, they're actually custom designed for noise and specific decibels, right? So they're definitely more advanced products than the ones you see on Alibaba, but just to sort of get a ballpark around how much the actual units cost themselves, that's about the cost. But when you look at Here's, they've got a very high quality packaging. They're probably going to be paying a lot for that, but I would estimate maximum $7, $8, $9 actual cost of goods. If it's $8, $9, let's say $10 at the maximum, right? If they're selling it at $40, then they've got a 75% product margin. This is going to give them more money to spend on ads, more money to scale, more money to be profitable, more profit to buy more inventory to make more profit to advertise. It's a big circle, it's a big cycle, right? It's very simple. The lower you can get your cost of goods, the higher your profit's going to be. Very simple. And the further that you're going to be away from those two things, the more chance you've got of your business surviving and thriving, because you've got more money to play with. It's as simple as that. So when you can find a product like this, it's going to help your business a lot. The next thing, low shipping costs. Guys, I've had times when I've been spending thousands and thousands and thousands a month on shipping, right? When that bill comes, it's disgusting. If you are shipping a box like this, it's going to cost a lot of money. It's going to be near enough impossible for most products if you're trying to ship worldwide. There's a reason why the packaging is this size and it fits like this, because it goes through a letterbox. Why is that important? Because you can ship worldwide a small parcel. It's not even a small parcel, it's a large letter. And that's going to be your cheapest form of shipping. It's going to go letter, then large letter. But if you're shipping large letters, you can ship for low cost worldwide. This is perfect for small items. The packaging shaped like that on purpose. What it means is customers do not have to worry about paying a lot of money for shipping, because customers don't like paying for shipping. And you can also offer free shipping as an offer. And the reason why you want low shipping costs is because if you sell a product and you ship the item, and let's say they get it on a free shipping deal, and then they open a return, they ship that item back, and then you've had to go get it shipped from the manufacturer. Well, what does that mean? That means that the 3 points of shipping that you have for the product that you've not even sold yet because it's been returned, the more expensive that the shipping is going to be, if it's moving 3 times, that's going to have a big impact on your profit margin, because percentage-wise, it's going to affect your entire sales. So the cheaper that your shipping can be, the less that your costs are going to be. And those things like returns that can start getting expensive, they're not going to be very expensive. So when you have an item that you can ship for very low cost, what it also means is you can ship it directly from suppliers. So one of the things that these guys do is they own a thing called Ecom Flow. This is a 3PL in China, so they're shipping directly from the manufacturer. Now, these guys actually own this, I believe. So, they've got it on lock. They've got a portfolio of brands, but they've got it on lock. They're going to be getting the cheapest prices that you can. They own their own supply chain, guys. If you're watching this and you're thinking, well, I'm not going to be able to own my own supply chain in China. Yeah, probably, but you can use something like a 3PL. So if you can find a product that's low cost and high profit margin, you can introduce that onto your site and onto your offer, and then you can use it as something that can just build cash and build data in your business. You can upsell those customers to more products, and you can just add another lifeline onto your business. So this is why it's very important. This is why I'm pointing it out. Another reason why this is so important is because the packaging is also lightweight. If you're sending something heavy, it's going to cost more money. That full process, it's going to cost a lot more money. Now, another thing, the reason why it's important to have an item that is low cost, low purchase price, low cost of goods for a business is because if that goes missing, if there's fraud, if there's messed up returns, the more expensive an item is, the more damage it's going to have on your business. But if the manufacturing cost is super low, the returns are not going to affect you much because you're only paying a few dollars per item. If a package goes lost, it doesn't matter because you're only paying a few dollars per item. I used to sell luxury designer online. If I had a parcel go missing or I got hit with a fraud order, it was a lot. Like I used to get hit with £300, £500, £1,000 fraud orders. That adds up. That adds up, believe me. If one of these goes missing, they're losing a few dollars. That's it. So very, very important. The next thing is, we just covered this, the ship from the supplier. This is going to save travel costs. The closer you can be to the supplier for shipping, the cheaper it's going to be for your business. Also, you're only able to ship very long distances like from China if the product has a low shipping cost. So these things work as a cycle and as a chain. The next thing is, for this product, the reason why it's going to work so strong is because they've got a strong word of mouth marketing. So if you're thinking about the product is designed for music events. What do people do in music events? Well, they go in groups, they go with the best friends, right? Usually 5-6 people in a group. I mean, ask yourself, have you ever been to a rave? Do you go on your own? You don't go on your own, do you? So if you're going with a group of people and you pull these cool looking earplugs out, it's almost a guarantee that they're going to ask about those earplugs. Now, another thing, if you've got 6 people around and they're hearing the music and it's really loud, you're having brand ambassadors showing a group of people a product that fixes a pain point whilst they're feeling the pain point. Like, does it get any better than that? Word of mouth marketing, it's free. It's one of the best forms of marketing because people are telling their friends. People trust their friends. So you're having people selling the product for you, and they're selling it whilst actually using it at social events. This is one of the best points of why this product sells, in my opinion, and it's hard to replicate this. They might not have even done it intentionally, but this is one of the factors that makes this product a strong product, because it affects the unit economics, because a lot of the marketing has been done through word of mouth. That's free. That's going to increase their profitability a lot. The next thing is, it's easy to discount and upsell. They've got plenty of room for discounts because of the high product margins, and they can increase their average order value by adding things to the order. They have average order values on the site, so you can increase how much people are spending. Simple as that. You really need to understand your unit economics, because it's going to validate your business viability, guide strategic decisions, and identify inefficiencies. You have to be able to look at your unit economics to find out where you can add more profitability, where you can improve your business, and where you can identify inefficiencies. Because what you might find is you've got all these things going well, but you're paying a carrier too much money to ship your products, or you're ordering the wrong package sizes, or you actually have the wrong packaging for your product. People order custom packaging, they try and get a cheaper price, but they're not focused on how much that packaging is going to cost them extra in postage. They're only focusing on the packaging itself. So it's really important to look at the unit economics as a whole and see what you can affect individually. These are the characteristics of the actual product itself, but let's get onto the actual website, why it's working, and we'll go through their entire acquisition strategy in this video. So the first thing, advertising. This is where they're getting the traffic from, predominantly Facebook. Now, when you go onto Google, they're not advertising for Google Shopping, but they are advertising on Facebook. Now, the reason for that is because Google and Facebook serve two different markets. If they were to start advertising earbuds on Google, people are not able to see the true value of the product, and they will just compare the earbuds to a cheaper version. And you've seen there's already so many cheap versions. Now, the difference is with Facebook, you're able to do creative first marketing. Therefore, you can showcase the benefits of the product and explain it in a different way, because you're interrupting people with a marketing message. Whereas on Google, it's search-based marketing, so people actually have to go and search the product. One thing they are doing is, they are doing search-based marketing for their own keyword brand name, which you always want to pick up that traffic that goes and searches you on Google, but they're not trying to get cold traffic on Google. That's very important to mention. They are doing it on Facebook, however. The first thing you're going to notice as soon as you get onto the Facebook ads, they are testing and testing and testing and testing and testing. They have so many ads running. These guys know what they're doing with Facebook ads. They understand it's creative first, and the type of creative is very different also. They clearly know what they're doing with the offers. It's Halloween coming up. They're doing Halloween seasonal offers. They're getting into Q4 and they're celebrating all of these specific sale times properly. One thing that you're also going to notice is they are doing niche specific ads. They are taking a product that was primarily for music events, but they are testing out other niches, such as construction. So they're identifying different pain points and they're trying to make ads to tailor for the different pain points. And when you click on these Facebook ads, you're going to see something very, very different. So this is what's known as an advertorial. An advertorial is like a news article. It looks like a news article that actually sells the product indirectly. So when people go and they read through this is not just a product page that says buy this now. This is explaining the reasons to why their specific target market, which is construction workers that they're clearly testing, they're explaining the benefits of using this product for that specific character, and they're doing it in a way that is like an advertorial. You'll see stuff like this all over the internet, these product pages that are saying the benefits of certain products. They are all advertisements, but they're hidden as news articles. Now, this is probably a page builder like Replo. Yeah, so you see here it says Replo. Replo is a Shopify page builder, so you can get a lot more customization for the page. And then essentially what it does is it takes a customer from top of funnel, not problem aware, educates them on the product, moves them down to the funnel, and then it offers the solution at the bottom. There you go. And then it takes you to the product page. Very effective. It's a way to allow customers to see a lot more information and a better way to get the sale, right? Now, another angle that they're going to, they are doing event-specific advertising. So the main product is for music events. They're literally advertising to people going to ADE. Now, ADE, Amsterdam Dance Event. You know, Amsterdam techno music is very popular. All of Europe is, right? So Amsterdam, this is a big event. So they're targeting people going to that event. That's their actual target market. So very, very clever. And I bet they're making a lot of sales from this. But you can see they're testing all the different angles. They're testing different formats, videos, images, price comparison, event specific, niche specific. They're even trying to target motorcyclists. It's a volume game. And when they find a niche that works, they probably build out a custom web page, make more angles, go into that web page, and they're going to be creating a lot more sales through that. So then when you look at the actual website itself, what you're going to see is email pop-up, standard email pop-up, 10% off. Amazing. These guys are a high-level e-commerce brand. Like all high-level e-commerce brands, they will be doing 40 to 60% of their entire sales through email marketing, so it makes sense that they've got an email pop-up with the offer on there. And this is an example of a good email pop-up. They have it theme specific. If people are shopping in October, Halloween's coming up, it shows that they're up to date. They feel like they're getting a specific sale. They are celebrating holiday events. Very good idea to do in e-commerce. And look at the wording. Claim 10% off. Want 10% off. Big bold lettering. It's very, very important to do a type of messaging for email marketing, which is do this, get this, claim 10%. Imagine if it just said sign up or claim 10% off. What's more clear, what's more engaging is the claim 10% off, right? When you enter the information, it gives you the code straight away. This is to give people who are there ready to buy the code straight away so they can use it there and then. But what they're also going to have now is their email address. So if they don't convert there and then, they're going to send a sequence of email automations and campaigns to convert that customer. And even if that doesn't work, then they can target that customer in 6 months' time. But it's incredibly important when you're running any form of advertisement to be collecting the email addresses. And your first point of call for collecting email addresses is the welcome flow. This is the door to your entire back-end funnel. These guys know that. That's why these guys are running email like they are. Now, you take a look at the website. Very, very clean. Very good quality branding. Stuff like this is very important. This is called social proof. Like, they've got these collaborations. Now, if you want to go get on Business Insider, you can get on there. You just got to pay for it. You just got to find someone to get you on there. So very important for social proof. And one thing that you will see is they have this throughout the website on the product pages. They've won some sort of event. Now, who knows what Red Dot winner is? Not many people. I'm not saying this isn't a big reward, but what I'm saying is people's minds work picking this stuff up subconsciously. So if you can win any event, you can go and sign up to any event. But it's just about adding to social proof. It's these little 1% things add up and accumulate and help customers purchase. Something that you're also going to see with these guys, collaborations. If you can get on companies like this, then you have a very strong angle to sell from. Look, Pasha is one of the main clubs in Ibiza. Who's their target market? Hardcore ravers, right? People who go into music events. People go to Ibiza, go to Pasha, that's their target market. This is going to legitimize yourself to the next level if you can pull off. I'm not saying you're going to be able to go get Saint Laurent. You've got to be connected for this, but this is what these guys are doing perfectly well. The collaborations, they've legitimized themselves by doing these collaborations. But this is something that you should aim for. Now, you can cross this over in multiple different type of businesses. Social proof is one of the strongest weapons of influence that you have for your brand. So very, very strong, and well done to these guys for getting these collaborations, right? They're really involved with these festivals. And they've also done Sonar. Like, I've been to Sonar in Barcelona. It's one of the main music events in Europe. And they've done a collaboration. They had a physical stall there as well, I'm sure. So very, very good. Then you get onto the product page. Very nice product pages. They've made it look like Apple, of course. They've got all the very different options. Super clean. You've got multiple testimonials for social proof. You've got guarantee, 100-day money guarantee, very strong guarantee. And you've also got something called threshold pricing. And they're also using something called volume pricing. That's where you spend more, you get a discount. They're doing free shipping on orders over a certain amount. That's called threshold pricing. The reason why threshold pricing works is because if the shipping is $50 and their average product price is $39, then in a customer's mind, they've got to spend a little bit extra to get the shipping. However, the little bit extra is the upsell product. So if they check out with the upsell product, then it's gonna take them to free shipping. As long as the upsell product costs less than the shipping cost, then you've just added a little bit of extra profit and you've increased your average order value. Very strong technique. It works, guys. It works in e-commerce. The next thing that you want to look at is the product pages. Now, they are actually selling on their product images, and they're having a breakdown of the benefits, breakdown of the product itself. They're putting even more social proof in the form of testimonials in there. They're having actual evidence to why it's an effective problem-solving product. They're showcasing the packaging and the case. They're showing it on a person. This is high-level ecom, guys. This is high-level ecom. But listen up, you can go pay to take this product to a photographer, pay a few $100s, then you can go make all this in Canva. I bet they probably did. And look, when you look at stuff like this, like guarantees, who knows what any of this is? You could just make your own. You could do. I'm not saying they have, but you could do. But just to have something on there, just think about it to another level. Another thing that they have, benefit focused, not feature focused, benefit focused. Worryless ear safety, that's a benefit, and they're showcasing the benefits very strong. They've got a clear breakdown of the details, shipping details and payment methods. They're not hiding anything. They of course accept buy now, pay later options, Google Pay, Apple Pay, Shop Pay, Visa, PayPal. The more payment options that you can have on your site, the more people can pay, the more you're gonna sell, the more money you're gonna make. These guys know this. Social proof. Social proof is one of the strongest things that you can do to sell on your site. Why do you think that you're seeing social proof throughout this entire web page in different forms? Because it works. Social proof with the reviews here. Social proof with how many people have bought this week. Social proof with the testimonials in the product pages. Social proof with videos of people enjoying the actual product. Social proof with, again, at the bottom, different types of social proof. Now, the next thing you've got is, this is called a bonus bar. This is the bonus. It's showing the bonus, showing the guarantees, showing the worldwide shipping, and it's showing the warranty. Now, when you are selling in e-commerce, you've got to understand that most customers have a series of reasons to why they won't buy, a series of objections. Like, this is sales. Some people may not have the money. Some people may have an event next week and they don't know when they're going to get the product. Some people might be unsure about it and they like to return things. Now, your job as an e-com founder is to answer as many of these objectives as you can on your website, because the more that you answer them, if you're handling the objections in a customer's mind, you're taking away reasons why they won't purchase. So you want to essentially try and cover every single objection that you can, and you want to display it in a way that's digestible. That's why these guys are pushing this in this manner. Next thing they've got, they're showing the actual technology. They've done the extra step of getting graphics made. This is like a 3D render, I'm sure. It's high quality. And look at all of this that they're doing for a product price of $40. Come on, guys, it's high level e-commerce. What you've also got here is you've got a sticky add to cart, meaning that add to cart is always on the product page. You've got another reviews widget, again, focusing on the social proof. And then you've got ways that they're explaining how you use the product. Very, very important. Check what they're using. They're using percentages to showcase the amount of users that are feeling the benefits of more focus, feeling the benefits of protecting their hearing in music events. Again, they've got, look, they know that the majority of the market is filled with cheap earplugs and foam earplugs. What are they doing here? They're directly comparing, through a comparison table, the benefits of using their product against what's on the market. Now, guys, let me give you a little hack here. You decide what benefits go on there. So you only pick the ones that your product has compared to the competitors. Easy work, but look, very nice, easy to understand. And it's the depth. The depth. Now, when you're selling the product, which is essentially having the same product page throughout your website, it's easier to go all in on a product page like this. But this is very high quality. Again, you've got the social proof, main benefit, social proof again, questions. You've got FAQs down at the bottom of the page. This is going to help with the SEO. It's going to help you make the sales. And again, they've got more social proof. This time we've got blue tickers, right? These guys are DJs and stuff like this, I'm sure. More social proof at the bottom. Like, guys, take notes from these product pages. Very important. That's it, guys. Overall, my opinion, this is a perfect product. You can find a product like this. You can learn a lot of these guys. These guys are playing e-com at a very high level. If Iman Gadget's just invested in it, they're going to have a lot more cash to play with. He clearly knows what to do in business, specifically online business. These guys are really killing it in the e-com space. There's a lot to learn from this brand. They are doing a lot of things right. And just understanding the product mechanics of other brands, it's going to help you in your own brand. So study these guys. Watch videos like this. Learn e-com properly. Now, by the way, guys, shameless plug. I help brands with email marketing. If you want to make more money through your most profitable channel, click the link below and book a call with me. Hope to see you on the call. All the best, guys. Subscribe to the channel. See you on the next one.